Hi, this is Beau. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be showing you how to turn a pumpkin into a Halloween jack-o'-lantern. First we have to start with the materials. First of all, of course, you got your pumpkin. It's always best to use a pumpkin carver and not an actual knife for some reason. It also helps to have a scooper. Get all that stuff out of there. You can try to use a pencil first to trace your marks before going over it with a Sharpie or another type of magic marker. It's always good to have a guideline so that you're not just blindly cutting into your pumpkin. And of course your candle, lighter. Alright, and let's get started. Oh, also, bowl for the pumpkin guts, but we'll get to that later. Okay, first we're going to work on the top, the lid. Just going to try to make a somewhat circular design. I kind of got it traced out in pencil. I think I can do this with a marker now. It'll look okay. Now, a common problem that people have when they're doing this is they tend to cut straight down into the pumpkin. And when you do that, it causes a problem when you put the lid back on, it just flies right through. So it's best for you to cut at an angle into your pumpkin so that the lid will sit on top of it. And I'll show you what I mean by that in just a little bit. Alright, so now we're ready to pull the lid off for the first time. And we've got all the junk attached there, so bring our bowl into use here. Alright, and I'm going to make sure you can see this. But you can kind of see how the lid's cut at an angle. It's a little wider on top here than it is on the bottom. And what that's going to do is it's going to stop it from falling into the inside of the pumpkin. And I did cut it a little bit irregular too, and that's going to help me make sure I put the lid on the correct way all the time. Another important thing to do is to put a heat vent in your pumpkin. And it could be on either the lid or the jack-o'-lantern part itself. Just cut like a little notch so that the heat has a chance to escape and it doesn't melt your pumpkin from the inside while it's jack-o'-lantern. And here you can see in the back, there's a small hole for ventilation. Okay, next, we're going to have to get all these guts out before we can go any further. Oh yeah. Okay, there's no rehearsal, and I haven't done this in over a year, so forgive me. And I'm wearing an orange shirt on purpose, in case anyone's wondering. You know, when I was a little kid, I would pretend I was pulling the brains out of the head, because they're so stringy and messy. Right, so, hurrying right along. I think sometimes I would leave some of the strings inside to give it that kind of tentacle-y looking feel. It's always good to have paper towels handy in case you make a mess of yourself. I'm just about done with this inside part. And again, it doesn't need to be absolutely perfect, but you want to make sure you don't have so much gunk in there that your candle's going to blow out. As long as you have this part pretty clean, you're pretty good to go. So. Now just about every pumpkin that you pick up to carve into a jack-o'-lantern is going to have an ugly side to it, where it has been laying on its side for it to grow. And I usually set that up as the back of my thing. Jack-o'-lantern. So on this little guy, we're going to try to put a face right here on this side. Now I'm not too artistic with the pumpkins, and I remember they used to sell kits where you'd put like a piece of paper up against the pumpkin and put like pinholes through it, and it used to help you carve out these really, really neat designs, but I was never any good at it, so I didn't really do it too much. My favorite, guys, starts with just your basic triangle eyes and triangle nose. And we're going to give this one just a simple open mouth smile. Everything's getting a little slippery now that I have pumpkin guts everywhere, but oh, and it was always fun poking out these little eye holes. Like you carve out the pumpkin's eye shape and you could stab it and then pull it out. Well, it's Halloween, you're supposed to be gross. Yeah, speaking of which, Halloween's coming up quick, so I gotta get these jack-o'-lanterns out there fast. Otherwise, don't monsters come for me, or demons, or spirits? I think of all the holidays, Halloween is my favorite. You get to dress up and be something that you're usually not. Hang out with your friends, get into trouble, get some candy. Oh, and I've always loved haunted houses. They're always so exciting. I think my favorite Halloween was when I was a vampire. And my best friend at the time was a vampire too. And we both had capes. But I remember he had a fancy medallion and I didn't. And I think he had more comfortable teeth too. I had the really standard 80s style hard plastic. And he got the more, I think it was latex or rubbery kind, the more comfortable ones. That was alright, we still had a good time. You want to know what my favorite type of Halloween candy is? It's those peanut butter kisses. Everyone hates them. They call them little lady candies. They always come in the black and the orange wrapping. But yeah, they're called peanut butter kisses, and I didn't learn that until I was like 20. I remember my first pumpkin cutter. It was kind of like, the blade was kind of like this one that I'm using now, except the handle was orange, and it had a little bulbous jack-o'-lantern on the base of it. And I swear they sold them to all the kids that year. It was like the only style of pumpkin cutter you could get for forever. Alright. Okay, we're just about done. I clean up my guy's messy face here. He's got pumpkin guts and seeds flying all over the place. You know, I'm really not for the kind of jack-o'-lantern carvings where it looks like anything other than a face. You know, I think the artistic thing's cool, even like a football team's logo, but I don't know, I'm just a fan of the classic scary face designs. Alright. And it looks like we're done. Have a happy Halloween.